Well, hello again. As you can see here, the Ghost Knights are complete. I'm really happy with them, and I gotta say, this has been an interesting experience. I have not done these before. I've never done, well, I don't think I've ever done anything quite like this before, ever. So, it's always fun when you get to do, something brand new. And so my approach to this was that they're ghosts, right? So first and foremost, they're ghosts, and the kind of fiction being that they are in the process of becoming more corporeal, more solid. So this guy would be the one that is the most sort of fully formed, and this one is probably the least fully formed, although there is also this guy who's still rising up out of the ground, so maybe it's a sort of a tie between those two. Anyway, and they're ghosts, so when you think ghosts, you tend to think very monotone, very desaturated, not too much in the way of color detail, aside from maybe the movie with Patrick Swayze. That's pretty much how ghosts are, very, very, well, ghostly, for lack of a better term. And so that's how I approach these. Now, I didn't want to make them all single color. I could have done that. I could have done that sort of blue-green across the whole thing, but that wasn't the request that I got, and so I did a sort of a combination of the metallic armor along with the ghostly blue-green colors, and as you can see, I actually got to use the opportunity for some source lighting. Look on the skull there. So on the back side you have no source lighting, on the other side you do, and that's coming off of the hammer, obviously. So anyway, I felt like I was sort of riding this line between wanting to provide some detail and color and wanting them to be ghostly. So I kept the palette very simple. And just as a reminder, the metallics are a mixture of Necron Abyss with Mithril Silver. And the ghostly blue-green is P3's Meridius Blue, Arcane Blue, and then a mixture of Arcane Blue and White to go for the higher, the lighter tones. Now, in addition to that, I actually gave the I'm losing it. What are those things called again? Purity seals. I gave the purity seals a little more color, so it's like little dots of red, but even those are really a lot more desaturated than I would normally do. And then the little banner areas themselves, the color that I would normally use for that, which is jackbone, which is very similar to bone white. That was also mixed with Meridius Blue to give it, sort of a ghostly shade. But at the same time, it appears to be very similar to the way I would normally do a purity seal. And there's another example of those. I was a little afraid that those were just like a little bit too much color for these, but I think it works. I think it still works. Same thing here. Another purity seal. That one's a little bit redder. Then, of course, I did some glow to the bases around where their feet are. that was accomplished with the airbrush. And if you saw the second video featuring the Ghost Knights, then you would have seen that they sort of look like this to begin with. But actually, it's kind of funny. I painted all over it to get the right base colors for the non-glowing parts of the base. But then I went back again and re-sprayed it to make them glow again. And of course there's less here with this guy. Now, in addition to airbrushing that in, you know, that's primarily just arcane blue airbrushing. And then when that was done, I mixed the arcane blue with a lot of white and dry brushed it. There's a lot of good chunky detail in the groundwork, which picks up the really light color nicely and provides a little bit more detail. And then those same colors were used on power weapons there. As you can see, there's a really nice fade from the nearly white to the Meridius blue. And I did that for all the weapons. The hammers were approached a little bit differently because they're hammers, but the same colors were utilized there. Yeah, so overall, I would say that I am extremely pleased with how these came out. I think there will be no mistaking these for anything else other than Ghost Knights when they're on the table. So, and there they are. So at this point now I'm going to go and clear coat, prepare them for, you know, handling, and then a dull coat to get rid of the clear coat glossiness. And they're going to be ready to go, so I'll be able to ship these guys out. And next up is going to be Dreadfleet, so I'm very excited about that. And there we go. I will talk to you all later.